People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
High school basketball coming up. Dodgeville and Lancaster on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. High school basketball. Dodgeville and Lancaster coming up on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. This. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. High school basketball. Dodgeville and Lancaster coming up on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, go! I'm not sure what I do about that. I can't do anything about that. What's that? That was on YouTube. Oh. Wait, you want me to turn it up?
Yes.
History is being celebrated tonight, and history may be made tonight. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to high school basketball on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, the Super Hits 106 mobile app worldwide, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center, Monroe. From Lancaster High School, the Dodgeville Dodgers take on the Lancaster Flying Arrows, ranked 6th in Division III in Southwest Wisconsin Conference girls basketball. A Flying Arrows win tonight will clinch a share of the SWC title, Lancaster's first since 2006. From the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House, I'm Steve Prestegard. The opportunity to do something that hasn't happened here in 20 seasons is obviously one highlight of tonight. Lancaster has had a remarkable season so far, particularly considering how much the roster changed from last season after 7 seniors, including most of their scoring, graduated. But Lexi Olmstead has been a freshman phenom. She is averaging 24.1 points a game. That is top 15 in the entire state. And the Flying Arrows have won 14 games in a row coming into tonight. Tonight is also a celebration of the 50th anniversary of the first of 2 state champion girls basketball teams at Lancaster High School. In fact, the team that was called the Arrowettes back in the day were the very first Class B state champion in the first season the WIAA officially sanctioned girls sports. That was the 1975-76 school year after Title IX became law by the federal government. Lancaster's opponent tonight is Dodgeville. They come into tonight having won back-to-back SWC games, sandwiched around non-conference losses, and the Dodgers come into tonight tied for 3rd in the SWC. On the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Hey, guess what? The band's here. Prairie du Chien is at Platteville, and Richland Center is at River Valley. Lancaster's at 8-0, Platteville 7-1, River Valley and Dodgeville 4-4, and then it's Prairie du Chien at 1-7, and Richland Center still looking for their first SWC win. We also have tonight big game in the Swallow girls basketball, Mineral Point in Cuba City. That is on Super Hits 106. No, that is on X1071. And the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We have also Badger basketball. They are taking on Michigan State, and that should be off and running on AM 1590 WPBL. Earlier tonight, we had girls wrestling from Mineral Point, and that was on 97.7 Country WGLR. Winner return the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
And we're back in 2 minutes on Super Hits 106.
Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school sports on TV radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpdl.com.
This Valentine's Day is supposed to clear Rayrock Portion with a couples massage with social spa. Start with complimentary champagne and couple cover spa. Then couples massage in a candlelit couples room and enjoy quiet, uninterrupted time just the two. Sounds perfect, right? Book the couples spa day today if you are there. Make it a spa day with the perfect spa inside poolside room for romance.
Welcome to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on Super Hits 106. SWC girls basketball, Dodgeville and Lancaster. We're joined by Dodgeville coach Alan Seberg. Thanks for joining us. How do you feel like the season has gone so far? It seems like you guys are playing better in the SWC than out.
Yeah, we've played a really tough non-conference schedule. Some of the teams we're playing, but as far as our season's gone, I think we were hoping to be in a little bit better spot right now than what we have been the last couple of weeks. We've kind of had a couple of tough games in the last week where we just haven't played to what we would like, and but overall we've made some pretty good progress this year. We just haven't been able to quite get over the hump. We're playing and competing with the good teams. We just haven't been able to quite finish off and get a win against some of the good teams.
Is there anything specific that's the issue? Is it just, like a defensive lapse late, or your offense stalls out late, or anything particular?
Well, I think early in the season when we were playing more zone, we would lose some of the better shooters once in a while, and that kind of would hurt us. Sometimes it's just a matter of not making as many shots as we need to. Sometimes it's the offense gets standing a little bit, not moving like we need to. But sometimes it's turnovers. It doesn't seem to be the same thing every night, but it's we're trying to get more consistent with all of that stuff. And the girls still have a good positive attitude and are continuing to work at it. So we just never know from night to night which one it's going to be.
Okay. So we have tonight Lancaster. It's a historic night. If they win, they get a share of the conference title, first in 20 years. And, of course, they beat you earlier this season. Based on that game, what do you feel like you have to do today?
Well, we know that Lexi Olmsted's one of the top players in the state. We were just looking tonight. She's second in all divisions in steals across the state, 14th in total scoring across the state in all divisions. So that's one big challenge. They do a good job with their pressure, their full court press. I think last time the difference was some of the turnovers that we had against their press. And they play a 1-3-1, which I think we have a good plan of attack against a 1-3-1. Just a matter of they're tall, they're going to play fast. We played them really well the first time that we played them this year. I think we were only down by 3 with about 8 minutes to go. Made a couple mistakes. They had 2 wide open threes that kind of blew the game open, and but we feel good about where we were at. It's just we know they're a really talented team. They only have one loss for a reason.
The thing that's interesting from your perspective, I suppose, is there's really no pressure on you tonight, right? This is sort of like the basketball equivalent of a football homecoming game when you're the homecoming opponent.
Yep. From that standpoint, yes. From our individual goals for the season, we do, we feel a little pressure, try to reach some of those individual goals. But as far as the team is concerned, but yeah, I mean, they're the ones on paper that should win this game. But I know my girls had a really good practice last night, and we know we played them tough last time. So we're not going to be scared. We're going to come out and play hard and make them earn this victory tonight.
Okay, thanks a lot and good luck today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Alan Seabrook, the Dodgeville coach. More after this on Super Hits 106. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Don't forget the beautiful flowers this Valentine's Day. Hi, I'm Ellen with Team Violet for the Team. Let me share info on an arrangement that says I love you in the most wonderful way. From romantic Valentine's bouquets to weddings, everyday moments, and thoughtful friendship gestures, Team Violet is here for every moment that matters. Be sure to check out our stylish home decor and meaningful gifts. Happy Valentine's Day from Team Violet for the Team. 140 South Water Street in Tampa. Follow us on socials.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on Super Hits 106. An historic night, and possibly more historic, in Lancaster, Dodgeville, and Lancaster girls basketball. We're joined by Lancaster coach Courtney Feller. Thanks for joining us. Did you really think coming into this part of the season you would have one loss all year?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. We like to kind of look at our opponents and kind of see where we match up. But, I mean, yeah, this is pretty exciting. We're happy to be at this point and looking forward for what's to come.
And there's really two reasons this is potential. It's a historic night because of the 50th anniversary of the first state title here. First off, talk a little bit about that, because that was at the very beginning of Title IX and first year that the WIA sanctioned girls sports, not just basketball, but girls sports.
Yeah, and I'm not from Lancaster, so I kind of had to get a history lesson from some people in town. But yeah, we're just super excited. That exhibit they've got in Green Bay right now has our gold ball from 76.
Hopefully you get it back.
Yeah, right. But it's just been really neat just kind of hear some stories. I actually just met the coach. So we're super lucky to have him here tonight, and we're just happy to celebrate him and so kind of some good motivation for our kids as we go into tournament time.
Which brings it to mind, these are low pressure packed games for the home team because you don't want to let down the history, but you're also looking at history because if you guys win tonight, you get a share of your first conference title in 20 years.
Yeah. Again, something that we kind of set as a goal at the beginning of the season. We knew where we expected to kind of end up with conference, and so far the girls have really come to play and shown up and continue to just grow throughout the season. So tonight's a big one for us. Like you said, we could clinch a share.
What's been the difference this year? Among other things, the roster is there were a lot of changes from last year to this year.
Yeah, I mean, we graduated a lot of kids last year, so we're kind of coming in pretty fresh with only a couple kids with some varsity experience. But I think it's kind of just knowing their strengths, and they're fast. They're competitive. They play really tough. So just kind of using those things that kind of developed our defense, which is often creating a lot of our offense this year.
So you beat Dodgeville first time, obviously. Based on that, what do you feel like you have to do today?
We made some adjustments offensively. We just weren't content with how we played offensively last time. So we just kind of took some practice time just to kind of go over scout team, things like that. So just kind of ready to play our game tonight and just kind of execute the things that we know we can be better at.
And the one other thing to look ahead a little bit is that this weekend the seating is set. I have to think you have a pretty good argument at 20-1, but is that in the back of your mind also about needing to win tonight?
Yeah, definitely. They do those mid-season rankings now or seedings. So we kind of ended up at a 2 there, which we expect to either stay there or we'd love to sneak in at a 1. But yeah, no, we definitely want to get that win tonight just to kind of keep that going into Sunday.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Courtney Feller, the Lancaster coach. We will be back with Dodgeville and Lancaster after these messages on Super Hits 106. Gray Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington, Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel live and archive coverage is powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in Laley Center, Monroe. Cunis Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Platteville powers our audio stream of today's broadcast. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday at the Cunis in Platteville. We are broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery of heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home for what's sure to be the best in your house. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture at AyersFurniture.com. Our injury report brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. The one is out tonight. Covers of game presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. Locations to serve your dental needs. Platteville in the home white jersey. Well, actually they are because they're playing at home at Lancaster. And the home white jerseys, royal blue numbers and trim. Dodgeville in the road black with orange and white trim. Again, on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We have also Mineral Point in Cuba City on X1071 in girls basketball. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, CFBank.com. Member FDIC. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew of McNett Electric are on call ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Rural Mutual Agents John Ragetz and Deneen Dow with Ragetz and Dow Insurance Group. And our national anthem. Well, big hand for the kids singing the national anthem, proving again that whether sung or played, the national anthem is best performed live. As I was saying, our game brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents, John Ragetz and Nadine Dow with Ragetz and Dow Insurance Group, tackling all your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them today at their office in Lancaster, and Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. I keep forgetting that they turned the lights out here in Lancaster. So we will tell you, because now we have a light. The starting lineups presented by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Dodgeville comes in at 8-13, 4-4 in the SWC. They will start Lydia Riley, 5'4" junior, 6.2 points a game. Emma Doherty, 5'5" sophomore, 9.6.5 rebounds a game. Addison Riley, 5'9" junior, 4.1 points a game. She had 5 against Lancaster. Doherty, by the way, 13 points, 8 rebounds in the first matchup. Marley McGraw, 5'9" junior, 7.5 points, 4.9 rebounds a game. She had 4 against Lancaster. And Abilene Bartz, 5'10" junior, 13.2 points a game. She had 13 against Lancaster. The Arrows, 20-1 and 8-0 in the SWC. They'll start Maddie Driscoll, a sophomore, 8 points, 6.6 rebounds a game, 5 against Dodgeville in the first meeting. Lexi Olmstead, a freshman, 24.1 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 7.3 steals a game, number 1 in the state. She had 30 points, 10 steals against Dodgeville. Kylie Olmstead, 5'6" senior, 7.9 points, 2.9 rebounds a game, 2 points against Dodgeville. Maddie Burr, sophomore, 4.4 points, 4.1 rebounds a game. She had 2 against Dodgeville. And Addison Morgan, 5'9" junior, 10.8 points, 3.2 rebounds per ball game. Our game tonight brought to you by Southwest Health. They have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Opening tip-off is controlled by the Arrows, moving left to right on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And away, we're on the stage here on Super Hits 106. Layup underneath, missed, layup underneath, rebounded, good for Lexi Olmstead. Check that. Maddie Driscoll with the basket, and it's 2-0 Lancaster, and immediately a turnover as the ball thrown out of bounds. We're brought to you by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Over at the left wing is Kylie Olmstead. Now the pass up top, over to the left wing it goes. And back over to Burr. And a shot underneath, laid up and missed. The Dodgeville comes up with a rebound heading this direction. And over at the right wing, here's a pass to the corner, then back out to the wing. And at the foul line, put up and missed by Bartz. Offensive rebound and a reset for the Dodgers. Lancaster won the first meeting 59-46 back on January 8th, and Riley was trying to do the tightrope right in front of the Lancaster bench and ended up going out of bounds, so a turnover. We're brought to you by Northland Buildings, Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville, and Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Here's a pass over to Burr, and now over at the left wing is Driscoll. And a whistle in the lane and a collision and a foul with 16:43 left in the first half. And the first foul of the game will be on Emma Doherty. Our game brought to you by Bob's Electric in Dodgeville, offering top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. Over to the left wing. And the pass goes out to Burr. Now a pass over the right wing back to Driscoll. Left of the point. Over to the right wing and Burr. And inside, the ball is turned over. And it will go back. Or actually, it was tipped out of bounds. And here is the outlet pass. The ball is stolen back the other way. And in the corner is Riley, and almost a turnover over there. Lexi Olmstead almost came up with a steal. Shot underneath, laid up, and good by Addison Riley. And she will go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. We're brought to you by Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. The foul on Addison Morgan, her first. And completing the three-point play, Addison Riley, who comes into the game shooting 46% from the line. And Dodgeville leads 3-2, 2 minutes into the first half. Burr at the left wing. Now picked up top. And by Morgan, here's a pass into the lane, collision, and a traveling call, and that will go to Dodgeville with 15:46 left in the first half. Anytime Roofing, visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. And that's going to be a foul in the backcourt with 15:42 left in the first half. Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. The second foul on Doherty as the Arrows came up with a steal. And the first free throw bounces in for Olmstead, who is shooting 63% from the foul line. And that ties the game at 3. And the second free throw is also good. And Lancaster has the lead back, 4-3 with 15:42 left in the first half. We're brought to you by Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington, Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena as well. Over at the left wing, here's a tip pass over to the corner. The left wing three rims out for Bartz and goes out of bounds, and it'll be Lancaster basketball with 15:27 left in the first half. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, WCC-Brands.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and ApplyMicro.biz, and Lyle Financial Group in Platteville. All bring you tonight's game. Maddie Driscoll inbounds. And here's a pass over to the right wing. Kylie Olmstead dribbling there and looking for somebody to pass to. Picked up behind her. And a quick pass into the lane. Laid up, basket, and a foul. Olmstead. And Lexi Olmstead will get a chance to complete the three-point play. The foul is on Lydia Riley, her first, and already 4 team fouls on Dodgeville, and the three-point play makes it 7-3 Lancaster, 15-10 remaining in the first half. Full court pressure by the Arrows, and there's a steal laid up and in by Driscoll. And Maddie Driscoll makes it 9-3 Lancaster, and a timeout called by Dodgeville. We'll be back after this on Super Hits 106. Here's a shot from the corner. That doesn't go after Lancaster came up with it. Dodgeville called the timeout. They're first to 30. 14:37 left first half. 9-3, 9-5. As the basket good by Bartz, her first points of the night. 14:28 left first half. Shot for three from the corner. Bullseye for Kylie Olmstead. And it's 12-5 Lancaster with 14:16 left of the first half. Another steal, basket, and a foul. Kylie Olmstead just got the basket, just got a three, and then she gets the steal and the basket. And the foul is on Marley McGraw, her first. And that should be that's the fifth team foul already on Dodgeville. We're brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group as the free throw is good, 15-5. Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Again, the full court pressure, and then they go back into what looks like a 1-3-1 zone. Here's a pass to the corner, and Elena Bradley, 5'8 freshman for Dodgeville. Ball pops loose, but picked up at the right wing. And then a shot in the lane doesn't go, and the rebound by Brooklyn Krubel, a sophomore in the game for the Arrows. Here's a wild ball, and it will go out of bounds. That will go to Dodgeville on the Lancaster turnover. West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste to West End Salvage in Lancaster. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brian's get the job done right for unexpected things or major repair projects. Head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Over at the left wing. Pass over to the right wing and into the corner for Bartz. Back out to the right wing. 13:29 left first half. 15-5. And then Morgan with the steal, but she was unable to keep it in bounds. And so it goes back to the Dodgers. With 13:23 left in the first half. And here is Bartz for three, right wing, off the rim. Battle for the rebound underneath, picked up by Alexi Olmstead. And a quick pass underneath, dropped. Now another wrestling match for the ball. Rolls out to the left wing. And here's Morgan faking the three and then going in. Too hard on the shot. And Dodgeville comes up with a rebound. Under 13 minutes left in the first half. Long pass down, laid up by McGraw, but she misses. And then grabbed by Olmstead. Olmstead racing up the floor and loses the ball. And that'll be a turnover with 12:47 remaining in the first half. Join our Queen Bee Radio Sports basketball broadcast team at Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster, Sunday, February 22nd at 11 for our reaction to the WIA boys bracket release. If you can't make it to Doolittle's, join us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Wonder what they serve for breakfast at breakfast or brunch. Meanwhile, Lancaster comes up with it off the hands of Krubel, but she's able to get a back shot from the corner, from the side, a miss, a rebound, and a foul with 12:22 left in the first half. Country Kitchen in Platteville turned on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel this Sunday at 10 as our team reacts to the WIA girls basketball playoff bracket matchups Sunday at Country Kitchen in Platteville. I know they have breakfast. First free throw is good for Vanessa Eim, a sophomore. The foul on Sarah Moyle, a 5'8 sophomore for Dodgeville. Her first 6 fouls on the Dodgers. And the second free throw is good. Eim coming in shooting 69%. Again, the full court pressure. And Dodgeville brings it out. Bartz with it. 12:10 remaining first half. 17-8 Lancaster. Pass to the foul line over to the left wing, and trying to find somebody to pass to is Josie Mallon, a 5'5 sophomore. Lancaster, here's a shot from the left wing, and a foul. And at the foul line will be Mallon. The Lancaster foul on Kylie Olmstead, her first, second on the Arrows. 2 free throws. First one bounces out. Northland Buildings contact Joe Ryder to get a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families since 1916. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville, and Mineral Point. Second free throw is good. 1 of 2 makes it 17-9 Lancaster with 11:52 remaining in the first half. Again, an Arrows win clinches a share of the SWC girls basketball title, which would be their first since 2006. And there's a Dodgeville steal. And then it's stolen right back by Eim. And that was deflected, either pass or shot from the baseline, and it goes back to Dodgeville with 11:28 remaining in the first half. And Riley with it at the left wing over near half court. Bartz at the left wing. Here is Riley at the right wing. Here's a pass underneath and taken away from Riley, Addison Riley, and back comes Lancaster. Shot is missed, and a wrestling match, and bodies on the floor. And a foul. Or actually, they're going to call just a held ball, and it goes back to Dodgeville with 11:05 remaining in the first half. I had forgotten, by the way, as I look at the roster, there are 2 Rileys for Dodgeville, but their names are spelled differently, believe it or not. Tip pass goes over to McGraw. And a whistle, the traveling call. That was Lydia Riley, which is Rielly. And then there's Addison Riley, and it's Reilly. Dodgeville is the only team I have seen that was the case. 10:54 remaining in the first half. 17-9 Lancaster. Dodgeville and Platteville was last night. Here's the pass underneath. Eim with it. Now over inside, back out. Morgan at the right wing. Pass over to the lane, and then Morgan for 3 right wing. Off the rim and goes out of bounds, and that will go to Dodgeville with 10:29 left of the first half. We've been stuck at 17-9 for a while here. And our game brought to you, turn the page, by TriStar Prowls of Highland and TriStar Mulch Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home, as there's a steal and laid up and in. And the basket by Lexi Olmstead makes it 19-9, and then not stuck anymore with 10:12 remaining in the first half. Now Dodgeville, it's been a while since they have scored. Here's Lydia Riley. There's the ball stolen, laid up and in. And the steal and score, Lexi Olmstead again makes it 21-9. I think that's already her 4th steal of the game. Left wing flung 3, that's a miss. And the rebound grab by Driscoll. And she brings it across the big L at half court. And Morgan, the shot rims out. Attempt to save it, and the ball goes to Dodgeville with 9:40 remaining in the first half. And we will have a timeout. 9:40 remaining first half. 21-9 Lancaster on Super Hits 106. 9:39 remaining in the first half. 21-9, Lancaster leading Dodgeville. Dodgers trying to get it out of their own end. Foul called, however. Now with 9:33 left in the first half, we're brought to you by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. The foul on Lexi Homestead, her first, third foul on the Arrows. When Lancaster was going to state in the late 70s, they were known as the Arrowettes. I think that's been dropped quite a while ago. Over to the right wing after a miss, but Dodgers able to save it. Now Lydia Riley, left wing, passes into the lane and laid up and missed and attempted a rebound, but the ball goes out of bounds. And it'll go back to Lancaster with 9:05 left in the first half. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks through Krantz Auto Parts, Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. We're also brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, Lanark, Illinois, and Sloans.com. Driving is Driscoll, lays it up and in. And it's 23-9 Lancaster with 8:46 remaining in the first half. The full court pressure again. And then Lancaster drops back. And this is Lydia Riley. Over to the right wing and Bartz. Back up top through traffic, laid up but missed by Doherty. And back comes Driscoll with it. 8:24 left first half. Driscoll gets called for traveling on the left side of the lane with 8:22 left in the first half. Lancaster Dental Associates. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Visit learn more at lancdent.com. As I was saying before, TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch, Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim during the gig a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch, Cobb and Platteville. 8:14 left first half. 23-9 Lancaster. Pass to the left side of the lane. And then over to the right side. Doherty at the right wing. Pass underneath. Laid up and in by McGraw. And she heads to the foul line with 8:05 left in the first half. Bouse Electric called Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. People's State Bank for personal home business and egg loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Free throw completes the three-point play for McGraw, a 60% foul shooter. The foul on Maddie Driscoll, her first. 4 on Lancaster the first half. Gary's Pest Control in Dickinville. Gary's Pest Control salutes her local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service. Driscoll at the left wing with a basketball. Looking to pass. Bounces it over to Krubel. Krubel over to the left wing and Kylie Olmstead. Bounce pass up top. Kylie Olmstead with a basketball. Over to Driscoll at the left wing. And she lobs it inside and then back out up top to Morgan. And Morgan drives, and Morgan to the foul line. No, not actually, she is to the foul line. That is the 7th foul. Not because it was a shooting foul, but that's the 17th foul. And the first foul on Josie Mallon. And at some point, oh yeah, that's 7 fouls. So Morgan, a 71% foul shooter, will shoot the 1+ bonus. SoundCloud is where you can find archived audio of our broadcast. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center. First free throw good, 24-12. And Grandma Diane, who is down to our right taking tickets. Certainly happy about that. Second free throw is good. 25-12 Lancaster with 7:33 left in the first half. And Dodgeville brings the ball up. And an errant pass grabbed away by Krubel. That was just a pass to the wrong spot, over to the left wing. And a drive. That is too hard. Back comes Dodgeville with 7:15 remaining in the first half. And pass over to the right wing. Bounce pass to the foul line and then thrown into the seats. with 7:05 left in the first half. SoundCloud is where you can find archived audio of our broadcast. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center. 7:05 remaining in the first half. Dodgeville's had one lead, 3-2, and Lancaster has very much been in charge, which is kind of what you would see from a 20-win team. Over at the right wing, a three may have been partially blocked, and it's grabbed back by Dodgeville. And over at the left wing is Doherty, and a shot underneath laid up and good by Sarah Moyle. And it's 25-14 with 6:38 remaining in the first half. Lancaster leading basketball, and a three! Bullseye for Krubel. Nobody was over there, so she hits the top of the silo three, and it's 28-14 Lancaster with 6:24 left in the first half. Bart's pass to the corner. Driving in, a bounce pass into the lane. Fumble picked up by Moyle. Turnaround shot doesn't go. Krubel on the rebound. Long pass over to the right wing. And now up top, laid up by Krubel. Basket and a foul. 6:04 left of the first half. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. McNett Electric of Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call are ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. The free throw not made, so it's 30-14. The foul on McGraw, her third. Ball is stolen by the Arrows. Shot missed, but a rebound, and Driscoll for three, left wing, doesn't go. And back comes Dodgeville with it with 5:45 left in the first half. And again, at the half, they were going to honor the 1976 Lancaster Arrowets state champion basketball team. Shot by Moyle is partially blocked out of bounds, but it'll go back to Dodgeville with 5:33 left in the first half. Rural Mutual agents, John Ragetz and Deneen Dow with Ragetz and Dow Insurance Group, tackling all your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them today at their office in Lancaster. We're also brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Shot underneath is laid up and good by Addison Riley, and it's 30-16 Lancaster with 5:24 left in the first half. Here's I'm back in the game at the right wing. And the pass up top to Lexi Olmstead. I'm for three, left wing, off the front of the rim. Dodgeville comes up with a rebound and brings it up, and a shot underneath laid up and good by Addison Riley to make it 30-18 with 5 minutes left of the first half. Quickly underneath, the shot laid up and missed, and out of bounds off one of the Arrows. Back to Dodgeville with 4:58 left in the first half and a timeout. 4:58 left first half, 30-18 Lancaster. Back after this on Super Hits 106. Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, largest set-up shoe store in the Midwest. We have a final already. Platteville a winner over Potosi Cassville in boys basketball, 72-57. That's a doubleheader tonight at Platteville. The game after that, Prairie du Chien and Platteville. And almost a steal of the inbounds pass and a foul. The Dodgeville called the timeout. So they have 3 remaining. And a foul called on Mallon, her second. And Morgan hits the first free throw to make it 31-18 Lancaster. Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. Second free throw in and out and in. 32-18 with 4:57 left first half. Great Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld, Needs Stoco PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Great Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Dodgeville called for traveling in their backcourt. And to no surprise, because they've been doing it to everybody all year, Dodgeville's having trouble dealing with the Lancaster defense. So is everybody else. They have just 1 loss this year, and that was to Barneveld, which of course is quite a good team, back on December 15th, 58-47. And interestingly, they haven't really had even that many close games this year. Here is Lexi Olmstead missing the shot for the right side of the lane. Offensive rebound, rolls around the rim and out. And it's grabbed by Dodgeville on the rebound. And what is that? Huh. Well, the official is going over the scores table, and what do they call? A held ball? Timeout? Huh. Well, I'm not quite sure what the whistle was for. Alan Seabrook, the Dodgeville coach, wasn't very happy. Dodgeville gets the ball back, and here comes Bartz with it. And almost lost it. Now over at the right wing, here's a pass to the foul line, and a jumper good by Addison Riley. And it is 32-20 with 4:12 left in the first half. And then Lancaster call for traveling with 4:11 left in the first half. We are brought to you by Northland Buildings, Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville, and Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel, Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby, Joe, Hans, Ellison, or Richard for all your real estate needs, Century 21 in Boscobel. 4:06 left first half, 32-20 Lancaster. Tip pass, and off one of the arrows out of bounds, and so back to Dodgeville it goes. 4:02 left first half. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. Here is Bartz from the corner, puts up a shot, misses, and Driscoll comes up with a rebound for the Arrows with 3:52 left in the first half. And Kylie Olmstead wasn't expecting the pass. A little awkward getting it, but she does. Here's Morgan at the right wing. And then up top, Burr. Now over at the left wing is Olmstead. Check that, Driscoll. Now at the left wing, Krubel. And a shot from the left corner misses, and Dodgeville tried to wrestle the rebound away and ended up tipping it out of bounds. So back it goes to Lancaster. We're brought to you by Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. We're also brought to you by Russell Law Offices, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington, and Platteville. WCC Brands Custom Apparel, Kieler, WCC-Brands.com as well. Over at the right wing, Burr, and a shot for three from the corner for Addison Morgan. Bullseye. And it's 35-20 Lancaster with 3 minutes left in the first half. Doherty brings it up. And a pass at a shot from Bartz for 3 is off the side, picked up by Krubel. And down to Driscoll, and the pass over to the right wing. And a drive by Lexi Olmstead and a foul. Actually, that was Kylie Olmstead at a foul with 2:42 left in the first half. Free throws coming up for Kylie, who shoots 41%. The foul is on Malin, her third. So she's got 3. And a 1-and-1 coming up. That's actually 2 shots because that's foul number 10 on Dodgeville. First free throw, no good. We're brought to you by Melby Funeral Home, In Crematory and Platteville, they offer a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home in Crematory and Platteville. Second free throw coming up, West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage and Lancaster free throw both missed. Dodgeville rebounds with 2:33 left in the first half. Lancaster leading 35-20. Left wing three doesn't go for Lydia Riley. Ball is loose, picked up by the Dodgers, laid up underneath, and Bart's to the foul line with 2:23 left in the first half. Foul on Brooklyn Krubel, her first 6 on the Arrows. Bart's at the foul line, 58%. First free throw good. 35-21. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for decks project. Herms's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. We are also brought to you by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City, coleacresgolfandgrill.com. And if the course was open, you could have played today. It was a beautiful day. Free throws make it 35-22. Lancaster with 2:15 left in the first half. Morgan left of the point, over to the right of the point, and Burr back to Morgan. Morgan looking around, over to the right wing, and Driscoll. She fakes the shot over to the left wing, and the three. It doesn't go for Katie Murphy, a junior. And the rebound grab by Dodgeville. The minute 52 left in the first half. Quick pass off the hands of Morgan, who broke up a pass intended for Addison Riley. Back to the Dodgers with a minute 48 left in the first half. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Inbounds pass, Bart's with it. Now over to the right wing and to the corner. The left-handed jumper doesn't drop for Moyle. And the rebound grab by the Arrows, but the pass goes too far and out of bounds. And a turnover with a minute 35 left in the first half. Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Also brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, at appliedmicro.biz. Over at the left wing, pass over to Bartz at the right wing. Minute 22 left first half. 13-point Lancaster lead and an errant pass and a turnover. Back to Lancaster with a minute 17 left in the first half. Veterinary Associates, Hazel Green and Galena, and Lyle Financial Group in Platteville bringing you tonight's game. Brought up by Morgan with a minute 10 left in the first half. She had a different number last year. Her sister, Jessica, was 52, and when Jessica graduated, Addison decided to change numbers. Here's a shot underneath and a miss, and the rebound grab by Dodgeville with 57 seconds left of the first half. Up top, pass to Bartz at the left wing. Over to the right wing, and Lydia Riley, 47 seconds left of the half, and a foul with 46.3 seconds left of the first half. Join our Queen Bee Radio Sports Basketball broadcast team at Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster Sunday, February 22nd at 11 for a reaction to the WIA Boys Basketball Bracket release. If you can't make it to Doolittle's, join us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Before that, Country Kitchen in Platteville. Turn on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel Sunday at 10 as our team reacts to the WIA Girls Basketball Playoff Bracket matchups Sunday from Country Kitchen in Platteville. First free throw, good by Riley. The foul is on the other three, Maddie Driscoll, 35-23, 35-24. Riley, a 63% foul shooter. 44 seconds left first half. We're brought to you by Northland Buildings. Northland Buildings. Contact Joe Ryder to get a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Foul with 37.7 seconds left in the first half. Or actually, the ball was just lost out of bounds. We'll go back to the Arrows. Morgan inbound and almost stolen, but Picked up by Kylie Olmstead, who lays it up, misses the shot. Ball loose on the floor. Im is able to save it, but ends up throwing it out of bounds. So back to Dodgeville with 28.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. And Dodgeville, the pass underneath, and going down, putting up the shot, and missing is Moyle. Back comes Lancaster with 14 seconds left of the half. Morgan with it. Gets it over to Murphy, excuse me. Now Morgan, pass into the lane, and then back out, and the left wing three off the rim, and that ends the first half. Lancaster with a 35-24 lead over Dodgeville at the half. More after this on Super Hits 106. Carey Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by the Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe as Rob Callahan looks the professional with two great big cameras. 35-24. Lancaster leads Dodgeville at the half. They are again going to honor the 1976 state champion Lancaster Arrowets at the half. So we will take another break, and we'll be back after this on Super Hits 106. Carey Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe. 35-24. Lancaster leads Dodgeville at the half. And the McNett Electric halftime report after these messages on Super Hits 106.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors for stylish style, durability, and security for both both residential and commercial property. Need drain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersAndDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien. Watch live and archive ATM Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Prairie Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com. In Game 6.
Gray Ridge Health Center. Let me take off the echo there. Gray Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106. It is time for the McNett Electric halftime report. For all your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Lancaster leading Dodgeville at the half 35-24. On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Boys basketball, Platteville a winner over Potosi Cassville 72-57. Girls basketball, Cuba City leading Mineral Point 29-26 at the half. That's on X1071. Also, boys basketball after three quarters, Scales Mound leading South Beloit 44-35.
These young women didn't just win the state championship, they made history by becoming the first WIAA Class B state champion.
Let's see if we can pick this up.
It was also Lancaster's first team state title. Their success helped pave the way for future generations of female athletes. Their championship was also a testament to community pride. Lancaster community rallied behind this team, and that same pride still fills this gym tonight. Members of this championship team went on to achieve incredible success beyond high school, competing in college athletics, earning All-American honors, becoming Hall of Famers, and even national champions. Just as importantly, they have gone on to lead successful careers, raise families, and continue to make an impact in their communities. The 1976 trophy is not here tonight. The WIAA has put together a 50th anniversary display in Green Bay, honoring the 1976 state championship team. Our trophy and game ball are proudly displayed at the Rush Center and will be throughout the state tournament. At this time, it is my honor to turn things over to the coach who led this trailblazing team. Please join me in welcoming Coach Jewel Henry and members of the 1976 Class B state championship team.
That was Brett Rollins, the athletic director here at Lancaster High School. Now Jewel Henke, two state titles, 76 and 1979.
Good evening. We appreciate some of you showing up. I actually have 10 pages, but let me tell you, it's not as bad or long as it seems. It's just that I wrote it in big font. And I still think I read this. I'm sure many of you can relate with that. Celebration of 1976 champions. Teamwork, talent, dedication, sacrifice, and hard work. Ingredients for winning championships. The 1976 Lancaster girls basketball players had all of these. Together, they won champions with a 12-0 record and ended the season as Class B state champions with a 20-2 record. These athletes had the hearts and attitudes of champions. They played the game with each other and for each other. They were a team who never, ever had I ever say, there is no INT. They knew the roles and which ones they could fill. Some found worthwhile purpose and challenging those who were stronger and better. Hoping to make themselves better, and if not, a teammate better. It was priceless to have players that when they got less playing time, they chose to spread enthusiasm rather than negativity. were unselfish beyond measure. The entire team was, including the managers. Our managers were not only taking care of water bottles and basketballs, but they also spread an undeniable desire to uplift and support the players, even at times with humor. These athletes played for the school and they played for the community. During the season, excitement for girls basketball and this team grew every game. The LHS students and community started filling the gym. At many games, there was standing room only. Thankfully, in 1976, there wasn't live streaming. So the cheering took place in the gym rather than the living room. This matter was greatly appreciated by our players. Showing up and cheering for the team was, and still is, remarkably powerful. At a time when girls' games were not less than cheerleaders, a pep band, and much deserved respect, the actions and success of these women paved the road for change. The following year, pep bands and cheerleaders would be a part of the girls' basketball games. A great respect and enthusiasm for girls' sports could be seen and heard. These women opened the hearts, minds, and eyes of many. The 1976 girls basketball team were trailblazers. Their legacy has been cemented in the history of the school, the city, the state, and the WIAA. May that history always be celebrated with pride and joy. It is an honor to coach these players. It was an honor to coach these players, and they were champions even before they ever raised that state trophy on the court. I would like to say the names of these trailblazers are champions of that first state tournament game, or first state tournament, sorry. We celebrate those who are here, those who couldn't be here, and those who have died. Players, please stand when your name is read. Family members here to honor their sister or brother, please stand when your loved one's name is read. Assistant coach, Debbie Kurtzberg is not with us, she's in Arizona. Senior players, Joan Copeland Sahal. Captain Linda Shaw, Honorary, died in 2020. Linda's sisters are here in her honor, Diane Shaw Schneider and Lori Shaw Heine. Captain Dr. Kim Eskenazi Tischer. And April Weather is another of our team that is not with us. Junior players, Carey Adams. Teresa Croft Nicholson. Darja Davies Nassiner. Who went on to play basketball at Dodgeville Lacrosse and in her senior year helped her team win the Division III National Championship. Tony Isaac Anderson lives in Florida and comes to with us. I don't know why these people don't want to come to Wisconsin. John Myung died in 2014. Sarah and Anna are here in honor of their sister Dawn. Carla Lambert Tremont, also in Arizona, and regrets that she could not be here. Kathy Holland lives in Utah and couldn't be here. Donna Quinn Harrisek. Hope I'm saying it right. Kim Valentine Addison died in 1995. Judy, Kim's mother, is here in honor of her daughter. Sharon Ewan Pink. Pam Schlesinger Jacobson could be here. It sounded like she's attending a very important athletic event, likely with interns, based on talking to them. Ginny Shilton, Ginny regrets that she couldn't be here because she just got a handful of one place. We all stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. We would like to invite anyone who played high school girls basketball, was an athletic director, an official, a cheerleader, a sports writer for girls basketball, anywhere in the state of Wisconsin, to stand and be recognized and celebrated as a part of this history. The 50th year of Dodgeville basketball.
That is a large group of people standing up. In the crowd.
Contribution to the sport. Thank you. The team of 1976 and I would like to thank the families, friends, and fans who showed up to celebrate the legacy and the history of this 1976 girls state champion. May the spirit of these champions always touch the hearts of our young athletes. Special thanks to Mark Uppenham, Brett Rollins, our AD, Communications Director Rob Callahan, and to Gina Rollins for putting it together and make sure everyone has had a chance to see it, but it's putting the highlight video of the state games that we can see. We would like to congratulate the 2026 Lancaster girls basketball team on their 20-1 record this season. And we wish them the best during the tournament season. How awesome it would be to have them on the floor every really good day, riding their own place. Enjoy the journey.
Jewel Henke, the two-time state champion girls basketball coach at Lancaster High School, 76 and 79.
On behalf of the 1976 Girls State Championship team, we'd like to thank Coach Henke.
Jewel, by the way, keeping another tradition going alive, she announced several state tournaments as well.
UW Oshkosh, an accomplished athlete herself, and enthusiastically embraced the opportunity to coach. Her fellow teachers, her school community welcomed her, and then the men politely began to offer her suggestions on how to coach our basketball team. And guess what? She listened respectfully, she smiled brightly, and then thankfully did it her work. And here we are celebrating 50 years later. Thanks, Coach.
All right, the 76 state champions, the very first Class B state champions, and another team that got to state from this area, I guess technically because of the schedule, they got first. Bloomington, which got all the way to the state championship game in Class C before losing. Adele Jacobson was their coach. Of course, she ended up coaching at Lancaster later.
What a great night for everybody. Kim, you stand up, please. She didn't know what to do this, but she's wearing the shoes that she wore to the state championship.
Wow. Suffice to say that shoe tech has improved somewhat in the last 50 years, but
It's going to be great. It's incredible. So, state championship. It'll be an auction also. Thank you for being part of this. Everybody, what a great night. Ladies, actually, what a influence for young people that are here. And Coach, one more round of applause.
standing ovation for the 76 state champion Lancaster Flying Arrows. I guess in 3 years we'll do it again for the 79 team, right? I assume that to be the case. 35-24, Lancaster leads Dodgeville at the half. More of the McDonough Electric halftime report after these messages on Super Hits 106.
Including Dakota Style 12 grain, Wheat, and Premium One, you're sure to find the one that's just right. Will's Heart Popular, the perfect size for one or two. In Game 7.
Prairie Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters over and doors on Super Hits 106, and the Premier Radio Sports YouTube channel presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, Carey Seamless Gutters over and doors, Ancient Employment Heating Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. 35-24. Lancaster leads Dodgeville at the half. Riley Olmstead with 10 points. Lexi Olmstead with 7. Addison Morgan also with 7. Maddie Driscoll with 6. And Brooklyn Krubel with 2 points off the bench for the Flying Arrows. And as I looked for my marked up roster, which I cannot find at the moment, I'll check this one out. Addison Riley with 9 points. Adeline Martz with 7. Marley McGraw with 5. Emma Doherty with 2. Lydia Riley with 2. And Josie Mallon with 1 point for the Dodgers. Both teams shooting from the line very well. 7 of 8 for Dodgeville, 10 of 12 for Lancaster. 35-24. Lancaster leads Dodgeville at the half, second half after these messages on Super Hits 106.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you at peoplesfinancial.com. Member
The start of the second half. 35-24. Lancaster leading Platteville at the half. We're brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont, our halftime sponsor. They can assist you with all your electrical needs, whatever they need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew, McNett Electric, call Ray to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Rural Mutual agents John Ragetz and Deneen Dow with Ragetz and Dow Insurance Group. Tackling all your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them today at their office in Lancaster. And Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Also, Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. Ball is tipped out of bounds. They'll go back to Dodgeville, which is moving left to right in the road black jerseys with orange numbers and a little bit of white trim. Lancaster in the home whites with blue and gold. Or at the left wing, Lydia Raleigh passes into the lane. Now shot underneath, taken up and good by Emma Doherty, and it's 35-26. There was 35-24 at the half. We are expecting, by the way, to get a few members of the state champion team from 76 in this second half. Here's Addison Morgan at the left wing. Passes into the lane at a collision. Lexi Olmstead and Addison Riley, and it is Dodgeville winning the collision. And here comes Doherty over to the left wing and a pass into the corner. And a traveling call in the corner back to Lancaster. 57 seconds into the second half. We are brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center. Their ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Soko PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Pass into the lane for Morgan over to the left wing, and Kylie Olmstead over to Morgan at the left wing. She's really the only player back from last year with a lot of scoring. Over at the right wing, the three doesn't go for Burr, and the rebound grabbed by Lydia Riley. Again, Lancaster, if they win tonight, will clinch a share of the SWC title, which will be their first since 2006. Over at the left wing, a Platteville loss would also accomplish that. Although Platteville playing Prairie du Chien, which has had a rough year to say the least tonight. That game at Platteville High School. And in the corner, a foul with 16-17 left in the second half. And the foul will be the second on Abilene Bartz, first of the second half on the Dodgers. Kylie Olmstead gets fouled, or actually the ball was just stripped away from her out of bounds. Apparently no contact, so back it goes to the Arrows, and Addison Morgan standing on the first A of Lancaster. Inbounds to Driscoll. Driscoll behind her, now picked up by Morgan for three. Left wing, doesn't go. And a foul on, or actually the ball goes out of bounds off one of the Dodgers. And the Arrows will try it again here with Morgan again inbounding. And she gets it out to Lexi Driscoll. Goes into the lane, and then pass taken away. Doherty comes up with it for the Dodgers. And over at the right wing, pass underneath, and the ball goes right through the sideline and out of bounds, and a turnover. 15:52 left in the second half. Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest set-up shoe store in the Midwest. 29-26, Cuba City leading Mineral Point at the half. That's on X1071. Platteville over Potosi Cassville in boys basketball earlier, 72-57, and a shot underneath is good. And Addison Morgan makes it 37-26. Now brought up under pressure, and the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll go back to the Dodgers with 15:27 left to the second half. Among other things, as we mentioned, in addition to the possible share of the conference title, of course, this weekend, the WIA will decide who gets what seed and therefore who plays whom in the girls' playoffs. So that makes it a big game. Also, fall away from Lexi Olmstead from the right wing for 2, and it's 39-26. Lancaster in front. Full court pressure again. Double team right in front of the Arrows bench. Ball tipped away and stolen by Driscoll near half court. Driscoll over to Morgan at the right wing. Inside to Burr. The turnaround shot misses. And the rebound grabbed and brought up by the Dodgers. Again, a whistle and a timeout. Timeout called by Dodgeville. 14:49 left the second half. 39-26 Lancaster. Back after this on Super Hits 106. $14:49 left in the second half. 39-26 Lancaster leading Dodgeville. After the timeout, that leaves Dodgeville with 2 timeouts and a left wing jumper for 3. Bullseye for Lydia Riley, and it's 39-29. Again, we're expecting members of the 76 team to come over. They have not made it over yet. Driscoll in the lane. They're probably getting a lot of well wishes from people out in the lobby afterwards. And meanwhile, the ball tipped out of bounds to go back to the Arrows. Morgan will inbound. Staying on the ER of Lancaster. Here's the inbounds pass. Up top, Lexi Driscoll over to the right wing, and Morgan now comes to the top of the silo. Over to the left wing, and Driscoll. Driscoll now along the arc over to the right wing, and Burr. Burr looks inside, and tip pass, but grabbed by Driscoll, puts up the side jumper and gets it to drop. 41-29 Lancaster, 13:57 left second half. Ball stolen, and Olmstead with a shot. Lexi Olmstead unable to finish. Doherty comes up with a rebound, races up the floor. And gets it back now in the corner, puts it up for 3, rattles out. Rebound wrestling match underneath, held ball. And it will go to the Dodgers. By the way, speaking of wrestling matches, tomorrow, all Grappler Radio with Division III wrestling sectionals and a Division II wrestling sectionals all coming up on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Also, we have Badger basketball. That is on AM 1590 WPVL. It is Wisconsin leading Michigan State 70-52 with 11:29 left in the second half. That's on AM 1590 WPVL. Foul on Driscoll, her third. First free throw good, 41-30. And the second free throw off the mark. So 1 of 2 for Doherty. Here's a 3 quickly from the corner for Katie Murphy that does not go. Chased down to the rebound. That went all the way out to the scorer's table. And it's going to be Dodgeville basketball with 13:27 left in the second half. And the ball brought up now by Doherty, who walks it across half court. And now up top. Bounce pass over to the left side, and a shot in the lane doesn't go. And Lancaster comes up with a rebound. And quickly up the floor, Lexi Olmstead takes it coast to coast for 2. 43-30. The lead was 11 at the half, now 13 for the Arrows. 13 minutes left in the second half. And Doherty, quick pass underneath, laid up but missed. And Lancaster, Kylie Olmsted chases down the rebound. Now Morgan at the right wing for three, off the rim. Ball tipped and foul with 12:44 left of the second half. First foul on the Dodgers in the second half. Or on the Arrows, excuse me. That's on Vanessa Im on the rebound. Again, the full court pressure. Now brought up by Lydia Riley up the near side. And then she loses her balance but gets the ball off. Now Doherty over to the right wing and Riley into the corner. Bart's with it. Bart's got tied up, gets called for traveling with 12:28 left in the second half. And it goes back to Lancaster. Brought up by Olmsted. Over to Murphy. Murphy lobs it and to the wrong team. It ends up grabbed by Bartz. And Bartz brings it up with 12:12 left of the second half. Over to the corner and a three that will not go. Offensive rebound. Other corner three, and that does go. Bartz hits the three from the corner, and it's 43-33 as we go under 12 minutes in the second half. Driscoll at the right wing. Pass up top over to the right wing, and Kylie Olmsted for three. Bullseye. 46-33. Lancaster with 11:40 left in the second half. Ball is tipped and then picked up by Bartz at the left wing. She takes it underneath, and a foul with 11:34 left in the second half. And the foul is the first on Katie Murphy, third on the Arrows. And Bartz hits the first free throw, 58% shooter coming into the game, 46-34. Lexi Olmsted back in. Im takes a seat. Second free throw on the way. That is off the rim, and the Arrows get the rebound. 11:30 left second half. 12-point Lancaster lead. Morgan over to Krubel, left of the point. Krubel looking. Guarded by Moyle. Now at the right wing, Driscoll drives, and she heads to the foul line with 11:16 left in the second half. And this foul will be the third now on Abilene Bartz. And Driscoll comes into the game 72% for the foul line, hits the first, 47-34. Another sub in. Morgan had come out. Now she comes in and Murphy checks out. And the second free throw bounces off the rim and out. And the rebound by Moyle, brought up by Doherty with 11:11 left in the second half, 47-34 Lancaster. Over to the right wing and then back up top to Doherty. Lobbed into the corner. And now Doherty driving in the lane and then throws it over Bartz into the student section. And big cheer from them, and they'll go back to Lancaster. 10:57 left in the second half. And over at the left wing is Morgan. Up top to Driscoll. Bounce pass over to the right wing and Kylie Olmsted. Lexi Olmsted up top. And a lob off Morgan's hands, but she's able to get it before it went out of bounds at the right wing. Into Driscoll. Fakes it, and the left wing three doesn't go for Kylie Driscoll. Saved by Lexi Driscoll, but to the other color team. Ended up in McGraw's hands. And then an errant pass goes out of bounds, but off of one of the Arrows. So back to Lank. One more time. Dodgeville goes. This is the third game this week. You'd think I'd keep better track than that. 10:23 left to the second half. 47-34 Lancaster. And again, we're waiting for a couple of 76 players to come up. Over at the right wing, Doherty passes to the baseline. It's stolen. Kylie Olmstead comes up with it and gets called for the carry as she went past the Lancaster bench. She was actually over the Arrows word mark and got called for the carry there. 10-12 left in the second half. We're brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Up top, it's Doherty. Right side pass, tie up, but they get it free. Doherty, the jumper, and a miss, and the rebound by the Arrows, and a whistle or foul with 9:53 left in the second half. We're brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever they need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call ready to help you, McNett Electric in Belmont. At the right of the point, Driscoll. Up top, Kylie Olmstead. Lexi Olmstead drives, lays it up, and lays it in. And Lexi Olmstead makes it 49-34 as we come down to 9.5 minutes left of the second half. Doherty passes to Bartz in the corner. She comes out to the left wing, back to Doherty. Doherty looking, passes into the lane, ball falls loose, grabbed by Morgan, and Morgan over to Driscoll at the left wing, and then off the hands of Kylie Olmstead, who has to go out to half court to get it, and does, and out underneath, laid up and wide open, and laid up and in, Brooklyn Krubel. And it's 51-34 with 8:57 left in the second half. I think this is Lancaster's largest lead of the game. Dodgeville's had one lead, 3-2. And then the ball grabbed away. Morgan comes up with it. Here's Driscoll with it. Back out to Morgan at the left wing. At the right wing, driving in, laid up and in by Brooklyn Krubel. And it's 53-34 Lancaster with 8:28 left. And a whistle and a timeout Dodgeville. 8:26 left, 53-34 Lancaster. Back after this on Super Hits 106. Test. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 53-34, which is powered, by the way, by H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Carey and Laley Center Monroe. Forgot to mention that. 8:17 remaining, 53-34 Lancaster. And they are, at the moment, 8 minutes and 10 seconds away from winning their first SWC title, or a share of it, since 2006. Steal underneath the basket, but then turned over, and so it goes back. Well, it actually goes back to, it does go back to Dodgeville with 8:05 left in the second half. Here's the inbounds pass. And up top, almost dropped, but picked up by Doherty. Pass underneath, stolen. Driscoll comes up with it and weaves her way up the floor with 7:54 left. Over to Morgan at the right wing. Up top, Driscoll with it. Driscoll gets it from Olmstead, misses the shot, and Doherty makes the running rebound And then the ball stolen near half court. Lexi Olmstead, 1-on-2, lays it up and in, and will go to the foul line. With 7:34 remaining, the foul is on Doherty, her third. And that's the fourth team foul on the Dodgers in the second half. Lancaster has a very interesting game coming up on Tuesday. They will play Argyle Pecatonica, which is ranked in Division 5. And the free throw, no good, so no free throw. No three-point play completed, so it's 55-34. And here's a pass out to the corner and over to the left wing, Lydia Riley. Riley dribbling with it there, trying to get it inside, and there's another steal. Lexi Olmstead all the way for two. And it's 57-34 as we come down to 7 minutes left. And we'll have another celebration, one would think, if that is how it ends up. Doherty passes to the right wing, now up top, and then a lob into the corner. Quick pass inside, tipped away by Burr, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to the Dodgers with 6:48 left. We're brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents, John Ragetz and Deneen Dahl with Ragetz & Dahl Insurance Group. Tackling all your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them today at their office in Lancaster. Another steal, and Lexi Olmstead again. That's 6 points in a row, 59-34. With 6:33 remaining. And there's a shot to make it shot for three to make it 59-37. Lydia Riley. And over at the right winger's pass to the left wing. Oh, and the shot missed, but rebound good. Murphy missed the shot, but got her own rebound and scored. And it's 61-37 as we come down to 6 minutes remaining. And then the ball loose and picked up. And now we will tell you, first off, let's have the two of you introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Joan Krogman and Darsha Davies, not singer.
Welcome. It helps if I turn, hang on a second. It helps if I turn, why don't you do that again because I turn up the wrong microphone.
Do you want me to say it again?
Say it again, yes.
Oh, yeah, Joan Krogman Zahalka.
And?
Darsha Davies, not singer.
Okay, from the 1976 state champion, 50 years. Yes. Where's the time go, right?
I have no clue. It seems like yesterday.
What did the ceremony kind of bring back to you here? By the way, it's 61-37, Lancaster, 5:57 left.
It brought back the love of the game. And it's so wonderful to see where the game has progressed to this point. And it's just an honor to watch these gals compete now and to know that our team started that momentum in girls sports.
What was all of that like? Back in it was the first year the WIA sanctioned girls sports, so therefore the first year of state and all that.
Well, for one thing, we didn't have the 3-point shot.
Yep.
Yep.
It was 4 quarters.
Yes, 4 quarters. That's right. And we had uniforms, which was a big deal for Lancaster. We had always appeared before with gym suits and pennies. Yeah, so it was a big deal. The community was great, always behind us. We had a packed gym every night that we played, and we had some really great competition in the Southern 8 Conference.
And one thing that's really interesting about that, by the way, 5:31 left now, 61-37 Lancaster. One thing that's very interesting is that you guys won the first title. Cuba City won the next title. 2 years later, you won another title. Yeah. Platteville won it in 84. Prairie du Chien's won a state title. Cuba City is the one, like 13 of them. But it's kind of interesting. I don't know how many people realize that Southwest Wisconsin is kind of a hotbed for girls basketball. It really started with you guys.
Absolutely. It absolutely was. And I think our toughest game was in the sub-regional against Cuba City.
Of course.
We went into an overtime and we won by 2 points, and it was the most stressful game of the entire year, I think. Do you remember that,
Yeah, a
Darcy?
lot of people said that should have been the state tournament team, or the game, yeah.
And of course, in those days, there was no seeding. You knew at the start of the year who you were going to play in the first round and who the winner of that would play and all of that. So, does it feel like this is a little unrecognizable sport with all the changes, like the 3-point shot and going to halves now and all that?
Yeah, to a point, but the determination, the dedication, the skill level is there. We had some very talented girls on our team, and quite a few of them went on to play in college. So, I just think that probably the speed and 3-point shot have really changed the game. So.
Well, and the other thing is we're seeing that with Lexi Olmsted now.
Yeah.
There was zero chance of having a freshman play back in your day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, our junior high school was located clear across town.
Oh, that's right,
And
yeah.
9th graders were there.
Because you guys, the high school was over there where the middle school is now.
Right.
I do remember that. One more question for the two of you. This is maybe a deep question. 5:02 left, by the way, 61-38. Lancaster in front. What did all of this mean for you? And what, 50 years later, what did all of this mean? Because I suppose at the time maybe you didn't realize the impact possibly or all that.
Yeah. It meant everything to me. I mean, my total college career was built around basketball. All my friends from my 20s were built around basketball. I went on to play AAU in Milwaukee afterwards, and yeah, so everything means Go ahead, Joan.
I was just going to say, I loved being an athlete. I didn't have the career that you did, but I went on to join the sporting goods world and sell things, to sporting goods dealers. I could talk the talk and walk the walk, but I loved the game. I loved the smell of the gym. I loved to be a fan. And I just think in 1972, when Title IX was signed, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And we were celebrating in the hallways, during that time frame. So we were just only, it was only very soon that we were going to be able to participate in a tournament, and it made all the difference in the world.
Oh yeah,
So-
and actually, I'm pretty sure I watched it because the one sport that I remember watching other than the Packers was state tournament basketball, and it was the boys, and then the girls were playing out, and never realizing 50 years later I'd be sitting here, but funny how that works out. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations. Pretty cool to be back 50 years later, isn't it?
Yeah. Gotta love the flying arrows.
Yes, Darcy Joan Krogman.
Yeah, and one last thing.
Yeah.
At the time when we were in school, Darcia's dad, Doug, was the athletic director.
Yeah.
And my dad was the principal of the high school. And he hired Jewel Henke. He loved Jewel. He hired her, and she was enthusiastic, and we loved playing.
Yeah,
for her.
she did a lot for us.
She did.
And look at how it all turned
Yeah, it
out.
all turned out great. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think we have a couple more coming. But congratulations again, Darcy Davies, Joan Krogman from the 76th state champion team. 4:11 remaining, 63-38. Lancaster leading Dodgeville. And another celebration is basically 4 minutes and 11 seconds away. We have to get the other two, I think. Or maybe that'll be after the game. Well, we're flexible. Here's the top of the silo three. That will not go for Murphy. And the rebound, grabbed offensive rebound. Murphy out the left wing, out of her hands and out of bounds. 4 minutes exactly remaining. And on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, Mineral Point gets the win over Cuba City, 61-57. And so it'll be, and the Pointers, therefore, clinch a share of the Swall girls title. That puts them at 11-2. Actually, it puts them at 11-2, and the Cubans are at 11-2. 3:37 remaining. 25-point Lancaster lead, 63-38. And at the foul line, Marley McGraw. The foul is the second on Kylie Olmstead. 9 team fouls on the Arrows, 5 on the Dodgers. But the barring a comeback for the ages here, seems obvious who's going to win. 63-39 as the first free throw is good. And the second free throw from Doherty also good, 63-40. And the ball brought up by Kylie Olmstead. And the ball loose and a held ball. And this one will go to Dodgeville on alternate possession. With 3:31 remaining and a 23-point lead and a brief timeout while a shoe is tied. And Kylie Olmstead is now set, and so are we. And Doherty will bring the ball up. It will certainly be interesting in this half sectional as the ball laid up and missed and goes out of bounds. It will go back to the Arrows with 3:20 remaining. It'll be certainly interesting to see who gets number 1 and who gets number 2 up at the top of this bracket. Although it would be hard, you would be hard pressed to say that somebody other than Lancaster with just one loss should not get number 1. I'm kind of curious as to who the number 1 seed was in that projected seeding, but after the Dodgeville miss, layup attempt, Murphy missed it, rebound underneath, and a foul with 2:49 remaining, and it will be Driscoll to the foul line. Team foul number 6, and the foul is the 4th on Emma Doherty. First free throw is good. 64-40. And Kylie Olmstead departs to applause. And the free throw missed by Driscoll, goes out of bounds. 64-41 with 2:49 remaining. Benches are clearing. Rain Arndt, 5'8" sophomore, now in the game for Dodgeville. Josie Mallon back in for the Dodgers. Driscoll leaves. Katie Murphy leaves. And the ball brought up. Over to the left wing it goes now. Pass up top. Right of the wing. Arndt with it. Now pass over to the corner. 2:39 remaining. And up top, Sarah Moyle back in the game for the Dodgers. And then the ball dropped and then picked back up. Moyle at the left wing. Pass up top to McGraw. She goes to the right wing, passes over to the corner. 2:23 left. And then the ball stolen. And taking it all the way in for 2, Maddie Burr. 66-41, 2:12 remaining. Brought up by, I think that's Alexa McCutcheon, 5'4" junior in the game. Over at the right wing, pass in the lane, Moyle, and the ball stolen again. And take it away by Burr. And now left to the point. Pass over, and the jumper. Good for Vanessa I'm back in the game. 68-41 as we come down to 100 seconds left. Over right of the point, over to the right wing it goes. And then up top, Doherty. Now over at the right wing, a drive, a shot, and a foul, and a player down on the floor briefly, but back up. 1:25 left. We're brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. We'll have the Tri-State Roofing post-game show with the most valuable player and the scrapper of the game in the tri-corps turning point. First free throw, no good. The foul on I'm her second. And Lancaster has put Dodgeville in the super bonus. And the second free throw is good. Is no good, excuse me. And the rebound grab by the Dodgers. From the end zone, if it goes short but straight, it looks like it goes in. Especially if you can do it without making the twine move. 1:10 remaining, 68-41. Lancaster in front. Jaylee Esser, a sophomore in the game for the Arrows. Up top, it's Krubel. And then a pass through and onto the stage. Band was there, but they are gone now. Kendra Brom, 5'5" sophomore in the game for the Dodgers. And the ball brought up by McCutcheon with 51 seconds remaining. Into the lane it goes, over to the right wing, fake shot. And then underneath, laid up at a foul with 45 and a half seconds until the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show. You know, one thing about all of this, obviously, the federal Title IX was what mandated equal educational opportunities for girls in addition to boys. And when that passed, that started girls athletics as an official sport. Actually, Lancaster did have a team before that, but there was no postseason. And you know, whether or not people like to admit this or not, it's not unless the WIA has a postseason that people pay attention to the sport, really. So once the state tournament began in 75-76, and by the way, Lancaster was in the first state volleyball tournament and finished third with Jewel Henke as the coach. Over at the right wing, 29 seconds remaining, 68-43 Lancaster. Olmsted has the ball almost tipped away, and then it's picked up by Krubel near half court. 20 seconds left. And up top, it's Krubel with it, and a whistle, and a traveling call with 16.5 seconds remaining. And a 68-43 Lancaster lead. Brought up by Addison Riley, 12 seconds left. Actually, that was Art with it. Underneath, 6 seconds left, laid up and in. 3 seconds, and the game is over as Bradley got the basket. And the Lancaster Flying Arrows, for the first time since 2006, clinch a share of the SWC girls basketball title. The Arrows 21-1 and 9-0, and depending on the result of the Platteville Prairie du Chien game at Platteville High School, the Arrows either will have a chance to win the whole thing next week or have won it tonight if Prairie du Chien pulls off what would be a monster upset. Well, that's the final. 68-45, Lancaster beats Dodgeville tonight and clinches a share of the SWC girls title and the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show after these messages on Super Hits 106. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe, the Lancaster Flying Arrows on the 50th anniversary celebration end up doing their own history with winning the share of the SWC title, their first since 2006, with a win tonight over Dodgeville, 68-45. And as it happens, come over here. Well, let's see. I think one of you is Olmsted and the other is Olmsted, right? Yeah. So introduce yourself to the world. Actually, just talking to that. Whoops. And try not to disconnect us. Go ahead.
I'm Lexi Olmsted. I'm Kylie Olmsted.
Okay, if you hold it right in the middle, that'll work just fine, actually. So, first off, congratulations. I don't know, did you realize that it's been since before you were born the last time that Lancaster won a conference title?
Yeah.
So, what was it like coming into this game today? Because, not only do you have a chance to win a share of the title, but you have a state champion here, all the players for that. Any extra pressure on you, or did you not really think that was the case?
I think that we just, we've had this pressure before. We just didn't let it get to our heads. And we knew that there's going to be a crowd here, but it's just like preparing us for bigger games, and we just kind of went into it a little nervous, but we shook them off right away and played like we always do.
Right. This is, I don't know that anybody thought you would be having a season like this. I mean, this is your 21st win of the season. I don't know how you could justify not getting a number one seed when the WIA. However, they have done dumber things than that. But I mean, what's this all been like for you?
It's just been a very great experience, and I just love playing with this team, and I wouldn't change it for anything. As my senior year, I wouldn't play with any other team. We just have such a good chemistry together, and we play together, and we talk, and it just our defense ties everything in, and then offense we just let it fly.
Yeah, and I guess the other question that obviously comes up, you got one more game. If you beat Platteville, you get the whole title, and if not, you share. You could run into Platteville again, obviously, but as far as the rest of the season goes, with the postseason starting up in a week and a half, what do you guys feel like you have to do to do something that hasn't happened here in even longer than 20 years?
We just have to play how we know how to play, and just shoot and lock down on defense and don't let anybody come in between us.
We don't need to do anything crazy. We just need to play like how we've always played, and we need to keep on talking, keep our team chemistry up, and I just feel like if we do that, we have it.
Right. One thing I will tell you is that if you guys end up playing Lacrosse Aquinas, everyone will be rooting for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people will even root for Cuba City when they're playing Lacrosse Aquinas, you know. So, okay, well, the Olmsteads, Kylie and Lexi, congratulations again on the conference at least half title. But they don't just say, well, this was just a half title. So you're the conference champs.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And good luck in the postseason. I'm positive we will see you down the road in a week and a half or so.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And now we will give the headset to Courtney Feller, and you can actually put it on and talk. And congratulations. And I did ask you this before the game, and now that it's reality, did you really see this happening this year? Because you're not, 21 wins right now and a conference champion.
Yeah, I mean, we had high expectations coming into this season. Didn't completely know what we were capable of, but I think the girls showed it pretty early on in the season.
Let me just adjust that. That works a little bit. Well, maybe it does. All right, that's better. So, talk about tonight a little bit. It was kind of interesting because I don't think Lexi went off for a huge number of points, but this is not just a one-player team, obviously.
Yeah, when I just look at our book quickly, we had pretty balanced scoring. We had almost 10 kids score tonight, which is awesome for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one thing that if you haven't seen them yet, I think today was a good example of how your defense sets up your offense, because Dodgeville had a horrible time holding out of the basketball. They kind of passed it in the lane, and all of a sudden a team in white would be going the opposite direction.
Yeah, we like to use our size. We got long arms that like to get tips on balls, and just kind of look to get out and run and push the basketball.
Okay. The other thing, of course, and you mentioned the balanced scoring. Is this kind of the way you guys really want to play? Because Lexi 24 points, but then there's always you got to watch 4. So do you prefer that to have a lot of players score?
Oh, definitely. And I mean, Lexi, she's hard to shut down. So if teams try to do that, she's tough. However, we do like to see some balanced scoring, just because it can be anybody's night. We got a lot of kids that can shoot, a lot of kids that can score inside.
Okay, so you have. Obviously, this weekend they decide where you go for the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like you're going to have a few games here. And so, from your perspective, what do you think your team has to do to go deep into the postseason?
I think, every day we just tell them, we got to get better at practice every single day. Even after tonight, we got some things we can certainly clean up. Our kids are good at watching film. We like to break down film and kind of look at some things that we can improve upon, and then just kind of put it into action and practice and just look to get better.
The other thing, I guess, that comes to mind is, usually teams that go to state are teams that are very senior dominated,
mm-hmm.
and you're not. On the other hand, you do sometimes see teams that are so young that they don't realize the pressure and they just go out and play.
Which can be nice, right?
Yeah, because you do see teams. You think about the Michigan Fab Five, for instance, that they were all freshmen. You're not supposed to go all the way to the Final Four, but is that your hope, basically, that they just don't realize as the pressure gets on,
right.
Go out and play, basically?
Yeah, experience is good, obviously, but like you said, they're just kind of young and innocent, and they just like to play basketball. They like to battle against each other in practice, and we went a week without playing a game, and they were itching to play tonight. So, yeah, their innocence is, I don't know, it's nice sometimes.
Sure. Well, they can say they're the conference champions right off the bat. So.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Courtney Feller, the Lancaster coach.
Thanks so much.
68-45, Lancaster wins a share of the SWC title, and we'll certainly see you down the road.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, thanks a lot. Courtney Feller, the Arrows coach. 68-45, Lancaster over Dodgeville. We'll be back after this on Super Hits 106. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, maybe halftime? Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, good to see you. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. Lancaster wins a share of the SWC girls title. I'm a week off. Actually, I'm 2 weeks off. 68-45 over Dodgeville tonight. Lexi Olmstead, the freshman, with, I guess you could say, a quiet 17 points. Kylie Olmstead with 11. Maddie Driscoll with 10. Addison Morgan with 9. Brooklyn Krubel, 6 off the bench. And 2 points each for Maddie Burr and Vanessa Eim. Dodgeville led in scoring by Abilene Bartz and Lydia Riley with 11 points each. Addison Riley with 9. And then Marley McGraw with 6. Emma Doherty with 3. Josie Mallon also with 3. And off the bench, Elena Bradley with the last 2 points of the game. Lancaster 10 of 15 for the foul line. Dodgeville was 8 of 14 from the foul line. We have to tell you the most valuable player, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Well, it's not just the fact that she led in scoring, but all of the steals that she had, I would guess at least 6 in the game, and she created... she creates offense with her defense. So Lexi Olmstead, our MVP tonight. The scrapper of the game, the West End Salvage scrapper of the game, the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage in Lancaster. And I would say that it's Kylie Olmstead, not just for her 11 points, but handles the ball a lot. And... obviously has an important role. The other player, I guess, comes to mind also is Maddie Driscoll, who also handles the ball and is a tall guard. They're really nice to have, especially in girls basketball. So our scrappers of the game are Kylie Olmstead and Maddie Driscoll for Lancaster. Tricor Turning Point, presented by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you and your family and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. It was 35-24 at the half with Lancaster in front, and Dodgeville did score the first points of the second half to make it 35-26, and then Lancaster made it 39-29, but it was kind of like the early moments, let me rephrase that, kind of like the middle moments of the second half, kind of like the middle of the second half where suddenly they busted it open with 7 minutes left. It was 55-34, and it was a 12-1 run then in that middle stretch in the second half that really opened the game up to where it ended up 68-45. So that will be our Tricor Turning Point. Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Mineral Point beats Cuba City tonight, 61-57. That was on X1071. So as a result of that score, Mineral Point and Cuba City are both at 11-2 with 1 game left in the regular season. 1 game left in the SWAL season. For those two teams. So that will be interesting for those two teams next week. Also in boys basketball, let's see here. Platteville over Potosi-Cassville, 72-57. That is a final tonight, and that apparently is all we have. Oh, wait, we should also check the Badgers because, yes, Wisconsin a winner tonight over Michigan State, 92-71, and another ranked team goes down to Bucky, and that was on AM 1590 WPVL. Let us now go over what is going on tomorrow because it is wall-to-wall wrestling on the Queen Bee family of radio stations, the Division III Brookwood Super Sectional, 8:10 in the morning on 97.7 Country WGLR. The Waterloo Super Sectional, 9:40 on X1071. And the Division II Richland Center Super Sectional at 9:30 on Super Hits 106. All of those on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channels. Sunday, Badger basketball, Badger women's basketball. They host Minnesota, 4:40 on AM 1590 WPVL. And then I believe it's actually Tuesday. It's either Monday or Tuesday. The girls basketball IHSA regional quarterfinal, actually semifinals. Pearl City or Lena Winslow at River Ridge Scales Mound at 5:40 on X1071. And then the girls regional, actually I think this is Monday, the girls regional semifinal, Galena or West Carroll against East Dubuque, also at River Ridge Scales Mound at 7:10 on Super Hits 106. Tuesday, boys basketball, Mineral Point at Cuba City at 7 on Super Hits 106. Girls basketball, Potosi Cassville at River Ridge at 7 on X1071. Girls basketball, Platteville at Shullsburg at 7 on Turn the Page, AM 1590 WPVL. And girls basketball, Argyle Pecatonica at Lancaster at 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR. And the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel in all of those cases. RJ Osterhaus is our sports director. John Jost is our, try that again. Dave Murphy is our program director. Rob Spangler, our technical director. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Thanks to Brett Rollins and the staff at Lancaster High School, including the people who helped us get the stuff in, and I hope somebody is around to getting the stuff out afterwards. Thanks also to our statistician, Janan Raish. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this game to you, and thank you for joining us. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors is a Queen Bee Radio Sports presentation on Super Hits 106 KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Lancaster beats Dodgeville 68-45, and on the 50th anniversary, or 50th anniversary celebration of Lancaster's 76th state champion, the Flying Arrows win a share of the SWC title, their first since 2006. From the Airs Furniture Best Seat in the House, I'm Steve Prestegard. More music of our generation is next. We'll be back for postseason wrestling tomorrow and more basketball next week.